My precious child, I know the ground beneath your feet has felt incredibly unstable lately. You have been looking at the shifting pieces of your life, wondering why things seem to be changing, moving, and sometimes even breaking apart without your permission. If you are hearing this now, I want you to take a deep, cleansing breath and stop bracing for impact. I have deliberately intercepted your day to give you a profound revelation about what is actually happening in the shadows of your current situation. What you are about to discover will completely change how you view this exhausting season of transition. I see how tired you are from the sudden changes. People you thought would stay have walked away, doors you relied upon have closed unexpectedly, and routines that once felt incredibly safe have been completely upended. It feels as though a storm has rolled through the quiet living room of your life, tossing everything into disarray. I have heard you crying out to me in the quiet hours of the night, asking why your life feels so chaotic and pleading with me to quickly fix the mess. You have been gripping the edges of your old life so tightly, your hands are bruised from the effort of trying to hold it all together. If you have been feeling overwhelmed by these sudden shifts and desperately need my comfort today, type "Lord, I need your peace" in the comments below, and let my calm wash over your racing mind. Listen carefully, chosen one. The enemy wants you to look at the shifting pieces of your life and interpret them as absolute destruction. He wants you to believe that the closed doors, the sudden departures, and the unexpected delays are evidence that you have done something terribly wrong, or that I have stopped paying attention to your prayers. He thrives on your panic, hoping you will exhaust yourself trying to scramble and glue the old, broken pieces back together. But there is a profound spiritual secret about this disruption that you must grasp right now. What you are experiencing is not destruction. It is a divine rearrangement. I am actively moving the pieces of your life behind the scenes. Think of a master builder preparing to construct a magnificent, towering palace on a plot of land where a small, fragile tent used to sit. Before the magnificent palace can be built, the ground must be completely cleared. The tent must come down. The old, shallow foundation must be dug up and removed. To someone watching from the outside, the construction site looks like a disaster. It looks like things are simply being torn apart. But the builder knows that the painful clearing is the absolute prerequisite for the glory that is about to be built. If you are ready to stop mourning the clearing process and start trusting the master builder, confirm your faith by typing "I trust your rearrangement" right now. Pay very close attention to what I am actively moving out of your way today. I am rearranging your life because the blessing I have prepared for you is too large, too heavy, and too magnificent to fit into the structures of your past. I had to remove certain connections from your circle because they were quietly draining the energy required for your next chapter. I had to gently close certain doors because they were keeping you trapped in a room that was far too small for your true destiny. While you have been mourning what you lost, I have been orchestrating a massive shift in the unseen realm, aligning the right people, the genuine resources, and the perfect opportunities to intersect with your path at precisely the right moment. Do not miss the beautiful reality of what is forming in the dark. Just because you cannot see the finished picture, yet does not mean the puzzle is falling apart. My hands are on every single piece of your life, sorting the necessary from the unnecessary, and placing everything in its exact, perfect position. The confusion you feel is temporary, but the unshakable foundation I am establishing in you right now is going to last for generations. Rest your weary heart today, my beautiful warrior. The chaos you fear is simply making room for your miracle. Please share your relief with me and let me know you are resting in my hands by simply writing "yes" in the comments. Drop the heavy burden of trying to control the outcome. I am entirely in control, and the beautiful shift you have been praying for is safely underway. My precious child, I need you to look at the empty spaces in your life right now with a completely different set of eyes. When something is taken from you, when a chapter ends that you desperately wanted to keep open, your immediate human response is profound grief. You look at the sudden absence and naturally assume that the story is falling apart, or that you are being punished for some hidden failure. But listen carefully, chosen one. In the economy of my kingdom, subtraction is not always subtraction. Sometimes what looks to you like a devastating loss is actually a necessary divine clearing. I am actively working in the very places that feel the most broken and chaotic to you. The thing that broke in your life needed to break, not because it was entirely bad, but because it was simply not built to hold the massive weight of the glory I am about to pour into your future. You cannot put new wine into old wineskins. The previous structure of your life, the familiar routine you were clinging to so tightly, was actually a ceiling that was keeping you confined to a space far smaller than the magnificent destiny I designed you to inhabit. If you are willing to let go of the old structures and allow me to build something greater, type "I am ready for the new" in the comments below. Pay very close attention to what happens when you feel like nothing is moving forward. You look at the surface of your situation and it looks like a barren winter. It looks as though everything has stopped growing and the beautiful promises I made to you have been completely suspended. But the tree in winter has not given up. It has simply gone internal. It is doing the quiet, invisible work of pushing its roots deeper into the dark soil, building the internal reserves that will make the coming explosion of spring growth possible. Do not miss the profound reality of what is shifting underground in your own life today. What looks from the surface like absolutely no progress is actually the most intensive period of preparation you have ever experienced. I am laying a foundation in the dark that is going to be strong enough to hold the immense weight of the blessing that is incoming. I do not create vacancies in your life without having a glorious intention for the newly opened space. The empty places that frighten you are not evidence of my indifference. They are active construction sites. Confirm that you trust my invisible preparation today by writing, "I trust your timing right now," and let my deep peace settle your anxious thoughts. If you are hearing this now, I know that standing in the chaotic space between what was and what will be is incredibly uncomfortable. The space between the desperate prayer you prayed and the visible answer arriving can feel profoundly empty. But listen closely. That space is not dead air where nothing is happening and nothing is being decided. It is one of the most active places in your spiritual life. I am using this exact moment of disruption to build a quality of unbreakable trust inside of you that comfortable provision could never have produced. If you feel the sheer exhaustion of this waiting period, simply breathe deeply and type, "Lord, give me strength to receive my renewing embrace today." You have been completely exhausted by the constant mental labor of trying to engineer a solution to a problem that is simply too large for human hands. You lie awake running the numbers, tracing every possible path, and bracing yourself for further disappointment. I am asking you to drop that heavy burden right now. I am the one who holds all resources, and the intricate choreography of bringing the right people and the perfect opportunities together at precisely the right moment is my domain, not yours. Rest your weary mind today, my beautiful warrior. You do not have to manage this massive construction site on your own, and you do not have to understand every single step of the blueprint before I take you there. Let the frantic need to figure everything out finally fade away. I am holding you securely in my hands, and the divine rearrangement of your life is perfectly and flawlessly on schedule. My precious child, I know that when the pieces of your life begin to shift and scatter, the loneliness can feel absolutely paralyzing. You look around and realize that people you thought would stand by your side forever have suddenly drifted away, leaving you to navigate the confusion entirely on your own. But I need you to hear the profound truth about those empty chairs at your table today. I will clear your path of those who harm you and bring people who genuinely love you into your life. The departure of those people was not necessarily a failure of the relationship. It may have been the completion of something that was always designed to be temporary. If I had allowed you to stay attached to them, they would have drained the very gifts I placed inside you. If you are ready to let go of the heavy burden caused by those who overlooked your pure heart, confirm it by writing "I release my pain" in the comments right now. Listen carefully, chosen one. I am doing something in the spirit that has not yet taken a form that language can hold. The enemy wants you to interpret the stillness of your season as abandonment, but the silence is not the absence of activity. It is the presence of activity that is too deep and too significant to be visible right now. Pay very close attention to what happens when you feel completely buried in the dark. Think of a mighty tree bracing against a fierce hurricane. The storm that seemed designed to destroy it actually produced a version of the tree more capable of standing than the one that stood before the wind came. The fierce winds forced the roots to dig deeper into the soil to survive. If you trust in me, you will be like a tree planted by streams of water, yielding fruit in due season. The intense chaos you have been navigating was simply the necessary pressure required to push your spiritual roots deep enough to support the massive blessing that is incoming. If you believe that your roots are growing stronger in this waiting period, declare it by typing "God is my strength" in the comments below. If you are hearing this now, it is because the painful period of tearing down the old, restrictive structures of your life is officially reaching its conclusion. Give me your hand, because I am here to pull you from your anguish. You might have thought there was no escape, that it was the end, but I assure you, my child, this marks the start of a remarkable transformation in your life. Do not miss the breathtaking reality of what I am building in the newly cleared spaces of your life. What you have lost will be returned to you manyfold, and what was stolen will be restored doubly enriched. I will open your spiritual eyes, and you will see that the situation is not as dire as it appears. The divine rearrangement is setting the stage for a season of overwhelming provision, peace, and unbreakable joy. Rest your weary heart in this profound promise today. When you feel you cannot go on, look to the sky, because I am there, and I also dwell in your heart. You have been chosen and accepted through my sacrifice and resurrection, and nothing can stop the beautiful future I have arranged for you. Seal your trust in my perfect rebuilding process today by simply typing "Amen" to claim this promise. My beloved child, I want to speak directly to the specific fear that has been keeping you awake in the middle of this massive transition. You look at the pieces of your life shifting around, and the adversary is whispering loudly in your ear, trying to convince you that this disruption means you are not going to make it. If you are hearing this now, it is because I need to permanently expose the lie that is trying to hijack your peace. The enemy uses incomplete information to build a case that your life is falling apart. He points to the sudden changes, the closed doors, and the uncomfortable silence, and he tries to convince you that your future is a place of permanent lack. Listen carefully, chosen one. The outcome of this divine rearrangement has not been decided against you. It was decided for you before you took your first breath. I am not tearing down your life. I am systematically dismantling the limitations that kept you small. The intense opposition and chaos you are feeling is simply the friction of your old life making way for the extraordinary blessing I have already dispatched to your new one. If you are ready to shut down the voice of fear and trust my master blueprint, type "I reject the fear" in the comments below, and let my calm authority settle your heart. Pay very close attention to what I am asking of you in this specific moment of the transition. I need you to stop the frantic mental labor of trying to engineer a solution to a problem that is completely beyond your human capacity. You have been exhausting yourself running the numbers, analyzing the departures, and trying to force pieces together that I am intentionally keeping apart. I am keeping them apart because the new structure I am building requires a completely different, unshakable foundation. When you try to control the clearing process, you are only holding on to the very debris I am trying to sweep away. I want you to understand a profound secret about your provision. Provision does not always arrive in the old, familiar packages you are used to. I am actively redirecting genuine resources, new connections, and life-changing opportunities to intersect with your path right now. What feels to your tired mind like an agonizing delay is simply the precise time required to build a structure that will actually hold the massive blessing I am preparing for you. I am not rushing the foundation, because I am building something in your life that is designed to last for generations. Confirm that you are letting go of the need to control every single detail by writing "I release my worries right now." Do not miss the breathtaking reality of what is waiting for you on the other side of this clearing. You are stepping into a season where the frantic daily struggle just to survive will be permanently replaced by the quiet, unshakable peace of genuine thriving. The things you thought were completely broken in this storm are being restored, not to their fragile original state, but stronger, purer, and entirely secure. The temporary chaos was required to push your roots deep enough so that you will never be blown over by the winds of this world again. Look closely at the horizon of your new chapter. I have assigned my mighty warrior angels to guard this transition. No weapon formed against your newly cleared space will prosper. The people who misunderstood your journey and doubted your resilience will become the silent audience to your extraordinary elevation. You will not have to say a single word to defend the chaotic path you had to walk. My undeniable, overwhelming favor upon your newly arranged life will be your ultimate vindication. If you claim this profound peace and accept the beautiful rebuilding of your life today, simply type Amen to seal this truth in your spirit. Rest your tired mind today, my beautiful warrior. The chaotic and painful phase of clearing the ground is officially coming to an end. You do not have to figure out the rest of the blueprint on your own. You are perfectly safe in my hands, and the magnificent palace of your new life is safely and beautifully beginning to rise. My beloved child, I need you to gather your focus for what I am about to reveal about the final stages of this divine rearrangement. I know you have reached a point of profound, aching exhaustion. You have been carrying the heavy weight of uncertainty for so long that your spiritual muscles are entirely depleted, and you are quietly wondering in the dark hours of the night if you have enough strength left to see this transition through to the end. If you are hearing this now, you must understand that you are not required to finish this journey relying on your own empty reserves. I handle the impossible. When your natural strength ends, my miraculous intervention seamlessly begins. If you are ready to let me carry the heavy weight of your exhaustion today, type I surrender my weariness in the comments below, and let my restoring peace actively wash over your racing mind. Pay very close attention to what the enemy is desperately trying to hide from your view right now. He wants you to look at the dissolution of your old life, the shifting relationships, and the closed doors, and he wants you to call it a permanent failure. But I want you to think of a caterpillar entering its chrysalis. To an outside observer, it looks like the creature is simply dissolving, breaking down, and disappearing into the dark. But inside that hidden, protected space, a radical and complete transformation is actively occurring. The old biological structures must break down to provide the raw material for something entirely new to assemble itself. You are not falling apart. You are undergoing a divine metamorphosis. The chaos of this season was simply the breaking down of the old, restrictive structures of your life so that the magnificent, unshackled version of yourself could finally emerge. The blueprints of your true identity were not destroyed in the fire you walked through. They were completely set free. Do not miss the breathtaking reality of what is emerging from this darkness. I am taking the raw material of your suffering, your shattered expectations, and your quiet tears, and with a master craftsman's precision, I am transforming them into an unshakable foundation. The beautiful, expansive life that is forming around you right now requires this exact depth of preparation. The roots had to go deep into the dark soil, so that the branches of your incoming blessing could reach the heights I have destined for you without snapping in the wind. My beloved child, I need you to gather your focus for what I am about to reveal about the final stages of this divine rearrangement. I know you have reached a point of profound, aching exhaustion. You have been carrying the heavy weight of uncertainty for so long that your spiritual muscles are entirely depleted, and you are quietly wondering in the dark hours of the night if you have enough strength left to see this transition through to the end. If you are hearing this now, you must understand that you are not required to finish this journey relying on your own empty reserves. I handle the impossible. When your natural strength ends, my miraculous intervention seamlessly begins. If you are ready to let me carry the heavy weight of your exhaustion today, type I surrender my weariness in the comments below, and let my restoring peace actively wash over your racing mind. Pay very close attention to what the enemy is desperately trying to hide from your view right now. He wants you to look at the dissolution of your old life, the shifting relationships, and the closed doors, and he wants you to call it a permanent failure. But I want you to think of a caterpillar entering its chrysalis. To an outside observer, it looks like the creature is simply dissolving, breaking down, and disappearing into the dark. But inside that hidden, protected space, a radical and complete transformation is actively occurring. The old biological structures must break down to provide the raw material for something entirely new to assemble itself. You are not falling apart. You are undergoing a divine metamorphosis. The chaos of this season was simply the breaking down of the old, restrictive structures of your life, so that the magnificent, unshackled version of yourself could finally emerge. The blueprints of your true identity were not destroyed in the fire you walked through. They were completely set free. Do not miss the breathtaking reality of what is emerging from this darkness. I am taking the raw material of your suffering, your shattered expectations, and your quiet tears, and with a master craftsman's precision, I am transforming them into an unshakable foundation. The beautiful, expansive life that is forming around you right now requires this exact depth of preparation. The roots had to go deep into the dark soil so that the branches of your incoming blessing could reach the heights I have destined for you without snapping in the wind. My beloved childs, we have reached the beautiful threshold of your journey, and the violent winds of this divine rearrangement have finally settled. Look around you, not with the tired, anxious eyes of your past, but with the renewed spiritual vision I have just given you. The dust is clearing, the old, fragile structures are entirely gone, and the breathtaking foundation of your new life is permanently set in place. Do not miss the profound reality of what is standing right in front of you today. The long, exhausting season of weeping over scattered pieces is officially over. I am opening the windows of heaven to pour out blessings upon blessings until you are abundantly provided for and completely free from oppression. The days of measuring your fragile security against the mounting pressures of this world are permanently finished. I am bringing a deep, unshakable harmony into your home, restoring your health, and providing resources that will not just sustain you, but allow you to generously bless those around you. If you are ready to step out of the construction zone and into this finished palace of my provision, type "I accept my new chapter" in the comments below, and let my perfect peace wash over your weary soul right now. Pay very close attention to the divine shield I am placing over this newly arranged life. I have dispatched my mighty warrior angels to encamp around your dwelling, to stand guard over your dreams, and to fight relentlessly on your behalf. Misfortune, sickness, and the exhausting grip of scarcity will no longer be permitted to cross your threshold. Your home is becoming a sanctuary of absolute tranquility, a place where my presence dictates the atmosphere, and where the anxieties of your past simply cannot survive. Those who watched your life fall apart and secretly whispered that you would never recover are about to become the silent audience to your greatest elevation. You will not have to say a single word to defend the chaotic path you had to walk. My overwhelming, undeniable favor upon your newly arranged life will be your ultimate vindication. Confirm that you trust my absolute protection over your family today by writing "God is my shield" in the comments below. Listen carefully, chosen one, as I seal this promise over your heart. I know exactly what it cost you to keep trusting me when nothing made sense. I counted every tear you shed in the dark, and I am turning every single one of them into tears of undeniable joy. You are my cherished masterpiece, crowned with my favor, and I am incredibly proud of the quiet, stubborn faith you maintained in the shadows. Take a deep, cleansing breath today. Drop the heavy armor of your anxiety permanently to the floor. I am your God, your solid rock, your health, your might, and your salvation. Everything concerning you is finally perfectly well. As our time together in this moment comes to a close, do not keep this profound blessing to yourself. There is someone in your life who is currently standing in the middle of their own chaotic rearrangement, feeling completely abandoned by hope. Share this message with them today. Your simple act of sharing might be the exact light that guides them out of their darkness and gives them the courage to hold on for one more day. I invite you to subscribe to this channel and join our family, so you never miss the divine words of encouragement, provision, and protection I have prepared to speak directly over your life. Type "Amen" in the comments below to claim this massive incoming shift, seal this profound victory, and declare your unwavering trust in my perfect plan.